Well, I tell you what, it's been an interesting week sports-wise, and an interesting week for other issues this week. I mean, especially in this state and national. But I mean, I'm going to start with the sports. Yeah, I mean, Boeheim and the team were supposedly getting ready because, hey, basketball was supposed to tip off in a few weeks. One of the things we look forward to this year. Maybe a little later because of COVID, but guess what? COVID has struck back. Yes, Boeheim tested positive for COVID-19, and it's put a halt to all the preparations that Syracuse has had for the upcoming basketball season. Yeah, they got Bryant and Buffalo to be non-conference opponents. There aren't going to be too many of those. But now we gotta put everything on hold. And I mean, let's wish Boeheim all the luck in the world fighting this dreaded thing. I mean, this thing is just so insidious the way it's been this year. I mean, me and a lot of others, yeah, I think we're getting fatigued of all the results. Especially because cases are starting to go back up again, and our petulant governor definitely has decided to put some more restrictions on us. Meaning, hey, you got a liquor license, you gotta close by 10 p.m. But, whatever, that's for a later time in this program. But right now, let's say prayers for Boeheim. Let's say prayers for all the others with the basketball program, that they can fight through this. Because, I mean, hey, basketball is a way of life here in central New York, and everybody looks forward to it, especially because we got one of the better teams we've had in a long time. But, of course, yeah, Dor Johnson, who was one of the best recruits and had jumped on board for a couple of years from now, decided to decommit. But all the reports say he was a problem. He was a petulant child, much like Cuomo and Trump. But you know what? Hey, if he was a problem, best to let the problem go. And let's look for others. We definitely got other recruits lined up for a couple of years from now. But you know, Johnson could have really led the wave to getting top-notch recruits back to Syracuse. Oh well. But let's pray for Boeheim. Yeah, the football team didn't play this past week. It was our second bye week. But now it's a little bit of the calm before the storm for the last part of the season. Yeah, this season hasn't been the best one. We've had injuries. We've had a whole lot of bad play. We've had a lot of discipline problems. But now we're going to start the last 3 games to the end of the season, starting with Friday night against Louisville, who may be our last best chance to win. You know, those Cardinals apparently losing their top running back because, hey, he wants to opt out and wait for the draft. But whatever, you know, this has been a lost year for the football program, and we're just playing for the future. Of course, the rules for an extra year of eligibility are going to help Syracuse. Let's hope for next year, if you know what I mean. And let's give thanks that, hey, it's almost over, especially because Thanksgiving's almost upon us. But I digress. But I mean, enough about Syracuse. Who thinks that Buffalo seems to have the curse, if you know what I mean? The Buffalo sports curse. That's been a talk for years and years. First, with the Braves leaving town back in 1978, and all the things that seemed to go wrong with the Sabres, and of course, the Bills. How many gag-inducing losses can Buffalo take? Man, that was a hard way to lose, wasn't it, Sunday? As I mean, we've had plenty of defeats over the years that just rip your heart out. Wide right, Music City Miracle, the end of the New England game when they call a penalty on a Hail Mary. But this just really is gag-inducing. I mean, Kyler Murray gets out of Mario Edison's grasp. Had Mario Edison stayed on his lateral motion, maybe he could have kept Murray into maybe throwing a very off-balance throw, and maybe Murray couldn't have completed it. But guess what? We've got another play for the NFL annals at the expense of the Bills. They're calling it Hail Murray. You know what I want to call it? Gag me with a spoon. That's what I want to say about that. How the hell Hopkins leapt over 3 Bills defenders who were right in the perfect position to block the play, and somehow he gets the ball? Can you say luck? Of course they're saying, oh, Hopkins, he's got the skill set, he's got the wherewithal. Skill set has nothing to do with it. That was just pure luck that Hopkins came down with the ball. Of course, 39 years ago, I remember another pure luck play that ended in our favor. Anybody remember Roland Hooks catching that Hail Mary to beat New England in 1981? I do, because I was there at that game. But I mean, this is just going to sting for a while, and we've got to shake it off. Like a certain singer would say, shake it off, because, hey, it's the bye week. You know what they got to say? Bye week. Bye week. That's what you ought to do. Because, hey, we're going to be stewing about this for a couple of weeks. But we got to shake it off. We got the rest of the season. Because the fish is hot on the Bills' tail. Yes. I thought Miami was maybe a year or so away with Tua Tagovailoa at quarterback, but guess what? They're hot on our heels. We don't have the Patriots to worry about this year because they aren't the same, but we got to watch out for the fish. We got to get it together and shake off this bad turn of events for the Bills. But you know what? Gag me with a spoon. What a way to lose. It's the end of an era here in New York State. Yes, the Thruway now is no longer man toll booths. Yes, they've gone to a cashless option, and they've got cameras that record when you come on the Thruway, when you're on the Thruway, and when you're off. No more slowing down to get your ticket. No more slowing down to pay your toll. Especially when you reach exit 50 there in Williamsville, right outside of Buffalo. And of course, the crews are moving in to remove the toll booths. You know, years ago I thought the Thruway was supposed to have paid for itself. But no, they keep leasing us every year, and they want to increase tolls. Hell, our petulant governor keeps wanting to increase tolls. Well, you know what? It's time we had a certain road where, hey, we don't have to worry about how much money we're going to do if we want to go from the Pennsylvania state line to the Massachusetts state line or wherever we want to go. We don't want to worry about having to pay if we want to go from Buffalo to Albany. Long way across the state, but hey, don't you think it's time they lifted the tolls there? I think we've paid enough over the years, nearly 70, and you want to increase tolls. But now, hey, you want to take our picture, you want to just take our picture when we get off, we want to send it through the mail. Oh well, it's another thing our petulant governor wants to do, especially taking away certain jobs. Well, it is the end of an era, but I mean, what era is going to begin now, if you know what I mean? And last but not least about our beloved governor, how about that whole thing with him and Trump over the vaccine that may become available for this dreaded disease? Yeah, apparently Trump wants to block New York, and I mean, Cuomo and him are going in a real war of words. Especially Cuomo saying, hey, if I weren't governor, I'd punch him dead in the face. Way to act like petulant children, you two. somebody ought to punch both of you in the face. 'Cause, hey, the country needs to move smoothly, yeah, even though I kind of dread it when Biden becomes president. But hey, you can't be saying, hey, your mother wears combat boots. Hey, your mother's so ugly, she sets off the smoke alarm. Can't be doing that, guys. You gotta work together. And Cuomo, how about trying to work for the citizens of upstate New York? Especially if you want to impose more restrictions on us. Hell, you got a liquor license, you gotta close at 10 p.m. Way to kill more business, Cuomo. What else are you gonna do, you nut? That's all I got time for this week. See you later, you petulant That's what I have to say to Cuomo.